Now it should actually be live. Hello, beautiful ladies. Welcome to this conversation today here. I'm very excited to be here with a special guest. The beautiful Tiffany Haskin is here with me today, and I can't wait to dive into a very interesting conversation. So, Tiffany is, people often find her when they know they are meant for more, but feeling kind of stuck or stretched thin or unsure why they keep second guessing what they already know. And her work creates a space for expansion, for truth, for a true conversation, right? And yeah, before I go deeper into this, I'm just excited to have you here. Welcome, Tiffany. And yeah, we'd love for you to introduce you, who you actually are, and a bit more about your work.
Thank you for doing this interview with me. I'm so excited to be a part of your audience, and hopefully, I can shed some light on from my perspective and what I do for the collective and the world that we live in. So, thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much. And so,
Thank
the
you.
basics of really what I do is I use your blueprint and your. I feel like it's the way God designed us. When I found out my blueprint about, I want to say about a year ago, it really helped me come back to myself. It really helped me understand who I am as a person. And so that I didn't always make myself wrong. I didn't condemn myself anymore. I was like, oh, this is just the way I am because I'm a six. I'm a 2-6. So my life path, I am a very much an introvert, a hermit, and my life path tells me that I make mistakes and I learn from them, and then I get to teach other people so that they don't make the same mistakes. And so once I found this out, I was like, oh, I don't have to make myself wrong anymore. And I use this on so many of the clients that I work with, and they didn't know about it either. And so I get to be that gift to them and that guide that tells them, you know, you're not wrong. This is just the way that God designed you. Whether you believe in
Yeah.
God or whatever it is, we always have something that is guiding us that is bigger than us. So whatever that is for you. But yeah, that's the gist of what I do. And then I go into the subconscious. Like once we find out those barriers, those weaknesses that keep running the show, I then go into the subconscious. We release them so that they can stand in their power and really truly act from a place of sovereignty versus just living day by day in Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, beautiful. And yeah, I just want to ask more about the subconscious because we all know how powerful it is and how important it is to really work with the subconscious. You know, I work with hypnotherapy, and many of you here do also some work somehow with the subconscious, which is really this part that is actually driving our behavior and has stored all our, yeah, experiences, emotions, patterns, all of that stuff, our beliefs. So I'm just curious to hear, how do you do this? Like, how do you go into the subconscious?
So what I do is I use meditation through symbols. Our mind obviously works in not the logical and analytical, the way that we are humanized. Our human is completely different from spirit within, right? So our mind
Mhm.
really does work in symbols and in breath work. So it's a matter of using your four symbols, and you're like imagining your mind as a house, and so all of this stored data is in I'm like restoring it back to your sovereignty. And by the end of it, you at the beginning of it, I make you feel the emotion, whatever turmoil, whatever anxiety, whatever the thing that is stopping you from moving forward is in your way. You feel that emotion and you can feel it in your body. So it's very much heart and mind connection, that you have to be able to get both of them in congruence before we can move to the meditation. So I usually get them to feel that emotion, and then by the end of that, through it's like a 30-45 minute process depending on how long it takes you to get through it. But by the end of it, they feel neutral about it. It's no longer that heavy brick, that elephant
Yeah.
in the way. They just feel like, oh, I can take action. And so that's the basics of what I do. There's different modalities
Yeah.
that I use, but that's the main one.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yep.
And yeah, really,
And
it's always
then
the, Sorry, yeah.
No, you can go ahead.
I just wanted to say it's really always the emotional connection that we have to certain events or circumstances. And as you say, when we bring the both together, like our body, our nervous system, our subconscious, um, when we bring all of that together, this is where we can really then, yeah, release something or create shifts.
Right.
So you say you found this blueprint for you a year ago. Where were you before? How did you work before you discovered that?
Before, it's funny that you say that. Like, I actually found, like, I started interpersonal growth in 2018. I got divorced in 2016. I lost myself completely. I thought like my life was over in 2016. I moved back into my parents' house at the age of, I think I was like 35. Felt like I just hit complete rock bottom. And then I found the blueprint in 2018. Really, there's two different blueprints, but the one that I actually use is the one that I just found a year ago. That's so on this personal growth journey. I really discovered who I am. Because before, like you asked me, was I was a
Yeah.
victim. Everything was happening to me. I blamed everybody else. I didn't take ownership of nothing. Um, and I was always trying to look outside myself. Always. There was always something else that was better than me, more than me, or that could fix me. And once I realized that I'm the problem, I cannot fix nobody else, that is when true freedom started to develop within me. So I no longer was a victim. I took ownership of my part in everything that I do. And I find the silver lining. Because if you don't find the silver lining, you continue to think that life is happening to you and to us. And so the moment you can take ownership, even for those bad things, those quote unquote bad things, I don't really believe anything is bad or good anymore. I feel like, yes, some things are heavier than others, but it's a way for our body to communicate. And our emotions are the same thing. They're just a way to communicate. And if our body is in pain or in discomfort or whatever, it's simply the fact that your inner child is like screaming at you, "Hey, you're ignoring me. Like, let's work through this." And so that's where all of this started to just, my body started to like respond to me. I went from like 170 pounds to now like I'm like about 135 pounds, and I never would have shared my
Mhm.
weight, but all of that weight just like whew, just released because
Yeah.
I was willing
Yeah.
to go within.
Yeah. Wow, so interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
And, for me, always, like, in life, in business, for me, my approach is always being truly connected and close to my people. I just love, like, really getting to know the women and hearing the stories. So, definitely, I've heard stories from hundreds of women. And it's just so interesting that always, the moment where life really hits us, or where something
Mhm.
happens where we say we hit rock bottom, this is where everything gets stripped away. And we then, when there's
Mhm.
nothing else to hold on to, right? This is where we then connect deeper to ourselves and where we discover truths or spirit or, yeah,
Mhm.
ourselves, however we want to call that. But it's really in those very hard times. And I know all of you here in this group, you've been through times like that, more or less. Of course, everyone in their own experience, and I definitely have as well. And yeah, so we all know even the most difficult or the hardest times, as we perceive them as, in our human form, um,
Mhm.
they are still
Mhm.
happening for us, right? As you say. And that's just beautiful when we can see the learning, the growth that comes out of such difficult times.
Yes, 100%. Yep, that's been my
So,
experience.
yeah. So, who do you work with? Like, who are the women or the people that you love helping most, where you see, yeah, they come to you, or those are the women or the people that really get the best results as well from working with you?
So my design is based off of people come to me. I
Hmm.
will put my message out there and people will find me because I
Hmm.
feel like that's if I work based off of design and I put the signal out there like, hey, I'm out here, I'm willing to help you. People will usually find me when they are ready to transition.
Hmm.
Most of the people, like, they're either in a corporate job or they've gone through a really difficult situation like a divorce. Um, or they are wanting to do, they know that they're meant for more, but they're in
Hmm.
that transition of life of like, why do I feel this way? I have a
Yeah.
really great
Yeah.
life. Because that's where I was. I had
Hmm.
a fantastic life. I was making all the money that I could, need or want. I was um, really just enjoying vacations, time with my kids. I felt like I was living life, but there was this part of me that was like, there's something more to me. I was developing my intuitive gifts, my spiritual gifts. I feel like they're God-given gifts that I was given because how else could I do these things? So once I discovered these parts of me, then I decided that I don't even remember what the question was now. Like, I'm on a tangent. But anyways, once I discovered like the gifts that I could use, I knew I was meant for more. Oh, that's why, because I
Hmm.
was, yeah, connecting with the people. So that's
Yeah.
what the people are. They're really the people that really want to connect with their truth, and they
Hmm.
want more, and they know that they can share, because wealth is a completely different, what do you call it, resource now. Wealth is no longer money. People are
Yeah.
realizing that they want peace. People are
Yeah.
realizing like, I can have all the money in the world, but if I don't have peace within,
Hmm.
or if I don't have the life that I desire, I'm going to continue to chase.
Yeah.
So that is kind of where I meet people, men and women. I work with both. I have clients of both types, and I love working with both. Really,
Yeah.
I love people that want that next level growth, and they're not afraid to go after it, because that's who I am. I
Yeah.
will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes, however it takes. I will not give up. It's just not in me. The fight is real. I'm like, I tried going back to a job and I was like,
Mm.
oh no, I cannot do this. And so I think that's, yeah, I help them just
Yeah.
discover like the chapter that they're ready to close, so that they can move forward in their gifts and really shed their light, shine their light.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, I really believe this is like, kind of this is soul like pushing us. And once we hear this calling, or this we feel this little push from soul, there is no way back. We can't just ignore that because spirit, soul, however we want to call it, it's just so much stronger. It's the real higher self that knows what we chose before we came here. That's just what I really believe and know. And yeah, so there is no way going back, but we have to follow that path. And of course, the more we then feel and hear of that, the more we really just have to go into that direction.
Yeah.
So, what share a little bit more about your offer or how you work them with your people. Is it one-on-one? Do you have a group program, or how do you usually work with them?
So the starting point is getting your blueprint and then understanding who you are. What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? What is your
Mm.
purpose? Like, what are you here to do? And like, what are your wealth? Like, how do you really create wealth in your life? Whether it's
Hmm.
money, whether it's relationships, whether it's love, whatever it is that you want, what is the wealthy life that you want to create, and how emotionally like, how can you interact with your wealth, with your emotions? And so once we discover all of that, I send you a video. I record a video. It's like a 20-minute video, and it kind of just takes you on a journey of what that is for each individual, because every individual is different. Obviously there's different types within your blueprint, but most of the time your strengths and your weaknesses are different. And so based off of your date of birth, your time of birth, and your location of birth. And then once I find that out, I send the video. And then the next step would be to get on a call with me and discuss like, what is your next level? What is stopping you? What is standing in your way? Most people usually know what's in their way and they don't know how to get it out of their way.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
once I release it from the subconscious, then they understand and they take action. It happens every time because that emotion that was keeping you stuck or in that limitation, it no longer is there. It's released. So you don't feel it at a level 5 or higher. It just is, it's gone so that you can take action. But I always say new level, new devil. So it's like an ongoing process. And I'm not
Yeah.
here to say that I'm going to be in your life forever, which I would love it because the work that I do is so deep. And I really believe in true connection. I want to have
Mm.
that community where I create it. So yeah, we can put you into the community that I'm creating, and I would that feels good to me. That's the first part, and then we release it. That's the second part, and then there's a 3-month program where you have me twice a month. I give you a basic blueprint of like this is what you can do to now embody this new belief, and I teach you how to use your inner child to have those moments when there's a tantrum, when you know that you're like, oh, this doesn't feel good, this doesn't feel right. How can I move through this? You either have access to me or I give you a tool and you do it on your own. I've found that I am usually the one that can help them get there faster, but obviously we if you want to do it on your own, you're able to. So that's the basics of the way
Yeah.
that you can work with me.
Yeah, beautiful. Sounds like really, really deep work. I love that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Thank you.
anyone who is listening to this and is hearing Tiffany and just feels like, wow, this resonates, and I would love to hear more from her and about her work, where can people find you?
You can connect with me on my Facebook or LinkedIn with my name, Tiffany Haskins. I'll also share the link to this and
Yeah.
once it's posted or whatever, I'll share the link to get on a call with me. It's a 30-minute call and we can discover it if we are a right fit for each other.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. We will share all your links underneath this video. Yeah. So thank you very much, Tiffany, for being here. Is there any last word, anything that you really would like to share with people where you feel like you have to know and to hear this?
My mantra is the struggle is an illusion. The life that we're meant to live, the desires of our heart are meant to be experienced now, not later. The only reason why we're not experiencing them now is because there is a hidden pattern, a hidden um, habit that you don't necessarily see. And once you release it from the subconscious and with compassion, your life really does get better. And that struggle is definitely the illusion. You don't have to live in it. So that is my mantra and that's what I live by. So hopefully this, yeah, blesses you in some way and you can understand that look for the good because that's what matters the most.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much, Tiffany, for sharing your story, your journey, what you do as well. And yeah, go click the links in the comments if that resonates with you and check her out or just send her a message. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to talking with you soon again, Tiffany. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.